Good afternoon, good morning, good evening, wherever you're watching WY TV. You're welcome to another edition of News Review. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidon J. You know how we do it on this particular show. This is where we talk about the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. I'm not in the studio alone. I'm in the studio with...
I'm Ambassador Mrochimi Orilua. Good morning to all our viewers all over the world.
You all know the sponsor for this show is still Nokpa Abals, and you can as well be one of our sponsors. You can send us text or you can call that number you're seeing on your screen. Let's talk business. Let's take your business to another level. Today I'll be starting with Punch newspaper. Army recruitment. Northerners arrested for attempt to take Lagos slots. Federal government to withdraw recognition of Kenya, Uganda, Niger varsities. Preacher alleged killed in Ogun Motor Park, buried by roadside. U.S. Imam shot outside New Jersey mosque, dies. Then on Vanguard newspaper, all appeals for calm in Ethiopia, Somalia roll. Stop inspection of election materials. APC urges INEC. Stock market investors gain 1.5 trillion naira in 2 days. ICPC probes Cotonou varsity over alleged certificate racketing. Then on Daily Post newspaper, fear grips residents, travelers, kidnappers occupy Owupa communities. Police arrest fake doctor for injecting pregnant teenage to death. CBN slams fresh restriction on cryptocurrency transaction. We are dying. Nurses protest in Ogun State. These are the headlines that made up the newspapers of today. Let's go on a short commercial break. When we're back, we'll talk more on some of the headlines. Don't go nowhere. Stay tuned.
When life breaks into the beautiful splendor of nature, and the kids can't just resist the temptation to explore to its zenith with the full assurance that the perfect backup is on the way for a perfect refilling. Nokpa, we always come to the rescue anytime, anywhere, any day, anyway, anyhow, round the clock. Your family just can't get a better companion aside Nokpa. Nokpa Abba Mixture, your family's best bet.
With Nokpa, healthy living is guaranteed for me and my family.
Nokpa for management of power.
Welcome back from that short commercial break, and that's our sponsor, Nokpa Abals. Today, the first headline to look at is about this fake doctor that was being arrested for injecting pregnant teenage to death.
Well, I don't know what to say on this. I believe there are some things that needed to be checkmate in the government parastatals. And I don't know if it was a private hospital that is being owned by this doctor or a public hospital. But when we go to the body of the news, I will know what to say actually on the matter.
Well, police in Kano State have arrested a 24-year-old man, Chidera Ugu, an alleged fake medical doctor who specializes in aborting unwanted pregnancy. Spokesman of the command, SP Abdullahi Aruna Kiyawa, disclosed this in a statement issued to Daily Post. According to him, on 2012-2023, at about 13:30 hours, the police received complaint from one Nura Balarabe of Tofa local government area, Kano, that one Ukesha Mohammed of Lanjao village, Tofa local government area, Kano, impregnated his 19-year-old sister and conspired with Chidera Ugu and injected her to death. He said the suspects administered injections and drugs to the girl with intent to cause miscarriage, which resulted in her death.
Well, it's a good development of arresting the guy in question, but let me send my condolences to the family who lost their life. Though abortion is not a thing that someone can just endorse. Abortion is not good. I didn't say it's good, but if someone wants to carry out an unwanted pregnancy, you should have go to the right source where you can carry it out, or you protect raw sex by using condom, and there are some other family plans that you can do to prevent unwanted pregnancy. Now, look at what happened to the lady out there now. What the deed has been done, the life cannot come back. though the doctor was arrested and he will be prosecuted, but that does not brings back the life that I've lost. So we are advising all our ladies out there, if you want to protect unwanted pregnancy, there are some things that you need to do.
Well, to me, I feel there is no pregnancy that is not wanted. Me using the word unwanted pregnancy is something I don't want to go deep into it. But then I want to buttress what you said. Like, to all our ladies out there, once you know this person you're going out with, the person you are doing stuff with, is not someone that you can spend the rest of your life with. Try as much as possible to protect yourself any way you can, not like you are doing something after. There's something they call aftermatch.
You know, there are husbands, even both the couples that got married, there are some wanted pregnancy that normally occurs at times.
I won't agree with that, but that's why I said I don't want to go deep into that. So
that's why I said prevention is better than cure.
That's just it. That's the solution. Well, investigation revealed that they said Chidera Ugu is a fake doctor and has alleged being administering fatal injections to pregnant women, leading to tragic consequences. He added, Kiyawa said the arrest was part of the command's ongoing effort to safeguard the lives and well-being of all residents of the state. Well, that's a good idea from the police in Kano State. At least they could be able to do their investigation well, and arresting the doctor is one of the sweetest part of the whole story, because now people in the area, in the local government area, were even talking about the doctor that is a fake doctor, and he has been doing this to different women.
And that's what I want to say. That, do you know how many people out there that have fallen the victim of this fake doctor, or what so called themselves? But the only solution is prevention is better than cure.
Well, let's move on to the next headline here. ICPC probes Cotonou Varsity over alleged certificate racketeering. Before we go deep, I wanted to say this. There's a news going around that one special, what was it called? This journalist yes, undercover that went to Benin Republic to get certificate within 6 weeks.
6 weeks.
And he was even issued certificate of NY, like he served with the certificate. I was now wondering, but there are people in the NYSA. Is it like these schools paid them to make out students?
I don't know what could have gone wrong there, but if they could go into the details of the certificate, you will see that all those certificates were being forged.
Well, this is not the matter of being forged or not being forged. This is the matter of these schools operate 4-year course in 6 weeks, and they give out certificates, original certificates, and bringing it to Nigeria to come and serve. That's where the question comes in.
The question is, who approved those schools in the first instance? I believe if a school or a barasata is being set up in a country, there must be an approval from the federal government of that country to establish such a school.
Well, sir, we are not talking about those countries now. We're talking about Nigeria. If Nigeria did not send, Nigerians are going to those countries to study. That is how their schools have been operated.
We have people out there coming to Nigeria to study.
But the fact that they are studying there using 6 weeks for what they are supposed to do in Nigeria for 4 years, they are doing this in 6 weeks.
That's why I said, who got those schools an approval of doing those things? I believe before they could get an approval, the study case might have been tabled before their own federal government there. Now, this is what they are going to do for so period of time.
Their government is not denying the fact that the school is being operated like that. That's how it's been operated in their country.
And that's what they have been using in their country out there.
So the fact that Nigerian students and Nigerian citizens are going there to study, come back to Nigeria to come and serve their father's land with the same certificate that Nigerian students that are spending 4 years on that course.
Let me tell you this. You go to where you can find a greener pasture, isn't it? Do you know how many students that there, how many people out there that can't afford of going to private university here in Nigeria? Then at the end of the day, they end up in the government university. And most of the university, the period of time that you are supposed to spend in the university should exceed more than 4 years.
Yes.
Isn't it?
There are some courses that you can even spend more than 4 years.
Oh, yes. At the end of the day, you later got to know that you are spending almost 8 years in that school based on strike today, strike tomorrow,
yes.
Wahala today, Wahala tomorrow. That's exactly what makes people to be going out there. Since the federal government is endorsing it, I don't see anything wrong in it. The only thing that is wrong in it is that you bring in this certificate to Nigeria. If the law of the Nigeria says they cannot study with, they cannot work here in Nigeria with those certificates, let it be it.
Well, sir, well, the problem there is most of the students are now rushing to those schools. Why? Because of time factor. Like they don't even want to care how they want to. Maybe they will get
even
to
the one they spend almost 8 years in Nigeria. At the end of the day, is there any ability that they are going to get the job? They are going to get job.
So I do tell people, fine, there is no job in Nigeria, but 99% of graduates out there cannot defend what they go to school.
Even in Nigeria here.
Yes.
Not to talk of those people that travel.
Exactly the point of Nigerian government. Like if you use 4 years to study and you still can't defend the course you study. Not to talk of someone using 6 weeks.
So what is the essence of
that's why they want to scrap people coming from outside to come and using certificate outside certificate to come and serve as a citizen of Nigeria. So they wanted to, they've already scrapped it and they are still working on it. They said it's not going to be only Togo and Benin Republic. Most of the African countries that are operating their schools like that, and people that have graduated from that school using the certificate to work, they said they will feed them out.
It's going to affect them also. So.
Well, the Independent Corrupt Practices and Other Related Offences Commission, ICPC, has commenced investigation into Cotonou University's alleged 6-week degree scheme. A statement by the agency spokesperson, Azuka Ogugwa, said the ICPC chairman, Dr. Musa Adamu Aliyu San, convened a critical meeting on Tuesday with the undercover reporter on the case of the ICPC's headquarters in Abuja. So let's talk about the reporter. The reporter made it known today that he's scared, his safety, he's asking for safety because he's been scared of being abducted or being kidnapped because of the truth that he unveiled to the Nigerian government. You know, he was the one that was being sent to Benin Republic to go and study, and they discovered that after 6 weeks he got the original certificate.
Why is he scared? Who is going to adopt him? Has he been arrested?
He has spoiled the market of the schooling market of those countries.
Because
people will not be able to.
He shouldn't be scared. The truth remains the same, that those things have been uncovered. Let's see what Nigerian government is going to do to stop those rubbish. If I believe the country that is in question, the idea is welcome in their country. They love it that way. That is why they are running it. It's only in Nigeria that is not accepted.
Well, according to the statement, they discussed the outlet's December 30th report on alleged corrupt practices in rapid degree issuance at the Cotonou University with a view of deepening the investigation and initiating relevant actions. The statement read, the investigation into ESCO Superior de Gestion Ltd Technologies, ESGT, in Cotonou reveals a concerning situation where degrees are allegedly awarded in as little as 6 weeks, bypassing standard academic procedures like application, registration, coursework, and examinations. In response to these critical allegations, the ICPC is embarking on a thorough investigation. This probe will regularly examine the networks and individuals engaged in these malpractices with the objective of restoring and preserving the integrity of our education system in Nigeria. So I want to say this. I think it's not the old schools in Cotonou. It's just one school, one particular school, ESCO Superior de Gestion SD Technologies. I think they wrote the name of the school in French. Yes. Yeah. So this school was the particular school that is issuing certificate within 6 weeks.
Yes. Since the name of the school is mentioned and the ban is not on the old school in Cotonou, I believe our people out there.
And I have a sister studying in Cotonou.
Yes, I also have a sister studying. That's why I said there is no panic to those people that are studying out there, since the name of the school is being mentioned. So you can carry on with your study.
Well, let's move on to the next headline. We are dying. Nurses protest in Ogun State.
Dying of what? Unpaid salary or what?
Well, nurses under the umbrella of the National Association of Nigerian Nurses and Midwives, NANNM, have protested against the management of the Federal Medical Center, Idiaba, Abeokuta, Ogun State, over what they call terrible working conditions. The health workers, during the protest, yesterday. He said their members collapsed on duties, overwork, overload, and due to an unconducive work environment.
Yes.
Now, if people that are taking care of sick people are
are
getting weak at work,
and collapsing due to the overwork.
so what is now going to happen to the sick people?
Yeah, if you could recall, some weeks back we have the amount of numbers of those doctors and nurses that have left the country for greener pasture. I believe due to the shortage of nurses in those hospitals was exactly what makes those nurses to be overloading or to be overworking. The stress is on them. That's exactly what is happening to them. Then you expect such a thing to happen.
Well, to me,
Why?
I feel the reason is in Nigeria we don't have working system, and it's really affecting. The only working system that is in favor of workers in Nigeria in one sector is the educational sector. Because teachers, by 2. Teachers start their work by.
On the area of nurses, they run shift. There are some in the morning, afternoon, and night.
But now there is no shift.
Yes,
why?
Because there are shortage of nurses. That is why there is no shift.
Well, the earth workers during their protest yesterday said their members collapsed on duties, overwork, overload, and due to an unconducive work environment. The nurses protested against a shortage of manpower and an alleged exclusion from the 2023 promotion carried out in the institution. Well, I feel the Ogun State Governor Dapo Abiodun.
This is not happening in the Ogun State alone. It happens all over the state in Nigeria. The federal government should see to it. Let them see to the welfare of those of their workers. You remember in the break where in the front line of one of the newspaper when the TUC was telling the federal government to implement the agreement between them and the LLC.
Yes.
And the LLC, if those implementation has been put into measure, what would have I believe people out there that are working tirelessly at least to see to the health of the citizen. If they are being paid a good salary, if their welfare is being taken care of, why would they say they want to leave the country to go and look for greener pasture? We have many businessmen and women in Nigeria that only go to America to rest just for a few weeks and come back to the country because their business is not out there. It's not what they are going to gain from that land that they are going there to take. Not just for them to go there, to go and find a rest there, to come back home. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But if they are welfare, have you ever seen an Oyibo man coming to Nigeria that and say he's looking for a greener pasture, except somebody who is coming here to establish a company here in Nigeria that is going to recruit Nigerians to come and work under him?
Well, during their peaceful procession on the hospital premises, they insisted that stiffer actions would be taken if nothing was done to alleviate their many sufferings. The aggrieved workers, singing solidarity songs, brandished placards bearing different messages such as "Stop Selective Promotion," "Nurses' workload is enough for promotion," and "Nurses' lives matters," among others. So, Daily Post recalls that the national president of NAANM, Michael Nachi, recently lamented the loss over 75,000 of their members to the outside world due to poor wages and indecent working environments in the country.
That's exactly.
So I wanted to say this. You know, these nurses are not, they are practically asking for normal working system. Not in the sense that they cannot work. They can do the work.
If they have action
now,
for
the problem is that they said the more they work, the more they get promoted. That they are doing selective promotion. Like maybe because you have leg in the government, you know someone at the top. They will just have to promote only you and leaving others that have been working tirelessly in that hospital.
That's the reason for us to know that.
You know, there's eye service in Nigeria.
There's eye service in Nigeria, and the system of the country is corrupted. It has collapsed totally. Now look at the policeman in question. Those two policemen that were being dismissed, they said they were all constables or so. Now when you recall, go deep into it. Those policemen have been working under the government parastatus. They were being trained to handle arm. Now they were being dismissed. Before their dismissal, do you know that those policemen were not being paid?
That was what they said, because I saw the interview.
They should have come out to defend that.
Well, I feel
You understand what I'm saying?
They are not.
They were not being paid. Somebody that were not being paid. Are you telling me that the person will go out there to mount a roadblock? At the end of the day, he won't beg for money?
Let's ask this question. Let's ask ourselves: how are they being employed? What kind of employment do they get from the Nigerian police force? They are just constables. They said it, and they said the only thing they do is just to go to the roadside, and get money. So I feel they are not that. I don't know. They don't have rank in the police. And
if they don't, that somebody will be not employed, does that mean he shouldn't be paid?
Because if you check, normally there are some things that the Nigerian police force needs to take a look at before they start employing people. If you check these men, they cannot even speak well. They don't have the strength. They don't even have.
Let me ask you, I believe all these were being known to them before they employed them, before they were being trained to handle arm. Now they were being dismissed. Now, if care is not taken, if they don't have the fear of God in mind, what happened? Since they were being trained how to handle arm, they will turn to an armed robber if they don't have any other choice.
But sir, to be sincere, to me, before anybody can say, okay, I want to work for my country, you should have it in mind that there are some guidelines, there are some things that you need to follow. Are you saying those men in question are guilty of what is going on now? Yes.
Who trained them? Automatically, somebody might be there who are those set of people that you are seeing. They might have somebody who use his or our own influence or bringing them into the force.
Exactly what I'm saying. Like, if Nigerian police force want to employ anybody to work as a police officer in Nigeria,
not only Nigerian police force are doing that. If you read the body of the news, why an Hausa man was claiming to be an indigene of Lagos with his birth certificate written in Solo Oshodi local government. Who issued those certificates to them?
Well, speaking for the protesters, the chairman of the FMC Abeokuta chapter of NANNM, Olufumilola Adekunle, said more than 200 nurses in the hospital have relocated abroad. She added that less than 300 nurses are left in the institution to take care of hundreds of patients visiting the hospital daily. Adekunle lamented that the nurses are exhausted and overworked due to the acute manpower shortage in the hospital. Now, we have a lot of graduates that studied nursing in schools that need to work. And I feel maybe they should just open portals for employment.
Even if the portals are being opened, do you know how many portals the Nigerian the Nigerian Army, the Nigerian Navy, most of the portals that are being opened, that people will go out there, click on their link, fill the form, at the end of the day they will not be shortlisted, because those people that are there already, who are some of those bosses, have their own personal people to bring out there. The reason why they are just bringing the portal out is just to be known to the country.
But sir, that's exactly what I'm saying. Like, some of the problems we have in this country is not the government, it is we. Because if you have the opportunity to be there too, I'm sure that's why I said,
who are the government? Are we not the government? Are we not running are we not the one running the affairs of the country? I know what I'm saying, sir.
That's why I said most of all these things that we are facing in Nigeria was being propounded by you. You are our fathers. Yes, you guys are cowards. What you did, what you have been doing is what we are still doing till date. Because once you are at the top, you have any opportunity to do anything, then you take advantage of that opportunity.
That has been the system that has been injected to us since the
Then we have to change it.
How are we going to change? Not until when we rise up to our own responsibility that we make those things to be changed. It can't be changed. The system has become an Adamic nature to us. So that is how we met it. That is how they have been running it. The only thing that can change the system is when the youth is coming together, when we are rising to our own responsibility to take the future of this country by ourselves.
Sir, taking the future of this country is not hard. Because if you want to say it, we the youth are ready to take the future of this country. But then, to you, who are fathers, our brothers, you have been cowards, and you're making us to feel like that. Because once you see a youth trying to stand, like, okay, Aluta Continua Victoria Asata, you start holding us down that don't go out, don't do this, don't do that, and this country will remain just like this if we keep doing it. Because if you check, these people that are employing people are in the government. They have the right, they have the power. So even if they create portal, as you said, they have their own candidates that they
That is exactly what I'm saying.
And we want to stop all these things. How do we stop it?
It has become the system of the country. Now, for us to stop it, that is exactly where I'm going. That is what I chip in. I will still keep on repeating the same thing, that the future of this country lies in the hand of the youth. Let the youth mobilize themselves. Let them come together. Anything that we feel that is wrong, let us try and correct and take the future of the country, because our forefathers, our fathers that are ahead us, they refuse of doing that. They failed us.
Yes.
That is why we are into it today. If we did not rise up and take it by ourselves now, our children that are coming behind will still keep on pointing and accusing finger on us when they get there.
Well, this is where we're going to be ending it on the show today. Don't forget to follow us on all our social media platform. On X account, on Twitter, on X account and Twitter is just the same. On YouTube, on Facebook, on TikTok, on Instagram at Wisdom Yard Online TV. My name is Ahmed Abbas Olatunji, but you can call me Sidonje. Thank you so much, Ambassador, for joining us on the show. Don't forget that the sponsor of this show is still Nokpa Abbas, and don't forget to take your Nokpa today because it is daily routine for me. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye and be hardworking.